Well, I guess most adventures start like this. You step out into the world, what Jordan Peterson would call the call to adventure. This is analogous to the first few steps the fool takes out of his front door. The fool. The Joker from 52 playing cards. The court jester. The Joker, the Midnight Toker. This archetype, the fool, is not necessarily a foolish person, although he will admit that he knows nothing. However, he will always also admit that he knows more than he did the day before. The fool is the possible mystic, the intrepid wanderer, the person in search of truth or destiny, an answer to the unaskable question: life, the universe, and everything. The fool is this cosmic force. And if you're not the fool, you really haven't started to learn how to play the game yourself yet. As Bill Hicks and Jim Carrey and God, so many philosophers throughout time, Lao Tzu, have all said this is a game. Just like 52 playing cards, you have the wild card, the Joker. You being you in this realm are participating in a cosmic game. Alan Watts, which I've been listening to a lot of lately, describes it as the game begins thinking that evil might actually have a shot. And level 2 is acknowledging that nope, good will always defeat evil. And number 3 is realizing that good and evil are basically the same thing. That if you try to go around planet Earth, like Alan Watts says, organizing everything so it's pointing up, you will realize how impossible that is, and how there are a lot of things that need to point down. Well, the cosmic rat race, the figure 8, the back and forth of this game we call life, and a process of life reliving itself over and over again. If you really want to play the game, you have to begin it as the fool. The first step the fool does is out of his front door, leaving the comfort and safety of the place that he knows best, his home, in favor of adventure, of new possibility, of opportunity to become something more than himself. Same reason Bilbo Baggins marches his little ass out of that hobbit hole. It's the same reason you should go out looking for what you're looking for. And you can't do it in front of your computer or in front of your cell phone. You can't even do it talking on the phone. Hell, you can't do it over brunch or a few nights a week at a community center. In order to really take the first step out the door, you have to be willing to take the last step. Because the beginning is the end. You have to be willing to give up home in order to find your place in the universe. And you realize when you have none of your possessions, when you have none of the people that you've considered pillars of your life, when you have nothing but what you are inside and out, and a few trinkets here and there to remind you, you realize that you really carry your home with you, that you are everything important to you. If you've ever felt any way that you've enjoyed, it was because you let yourself be affected that way. If you've ever given up something for a chance of something more, you'll pretty much know that more is not just a possibility. More is obvious. You can't learn standing still. Whether you're marching through your own imagination, going deep into yourself, or ostracizing yourself in a room, whatever it is, it shouldn't involve me. You are your own guru, your own teacher, your own swami, your own navigator. You're the captain of your soul. If you really want a chance to live, to start living. I spent 4 months, 120 days, sleeping in my car. Now I have a bed. I was bathing in public restrooms, breaking the law every time I wanted to wash up for work, working a job that was far beneath me, just enough to survive, living on the streets, parking in a mess of parking spots scattered across Dallas, Texas, producing videos for you fine people out of my car with my dog in the back seat the entire time. But I was clean still. Trishna, clean. Whenever you do that, you realize that every little bit of what you had left is squeezing through your fingers. It is only at our most desperate that we can move past this game. You know, traditionally, what happens to the fool as he steps out of his door? His little dog companion, just like Panic, my dog, is instantaneously nipping at his heels, trying to alert him of danger, like Lassie. Grandpa fell down a well, Lassie. Well, this Lassie at the heels of the fool is trying to warn him that he's about to walk off a cliff. But a man stops him. The enlightened fool, the cosmic fool. The fool has lived enough lifetimes. He bumps into his future self, basically, and stops him from falling off the cliff. There's more to that story, I feel. The Kabbalistic journey of the Joker. I've often wondered, instead of falling to fly, if it wasn't more like Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade, if the fool just walked right out, walked on the air, not flying, not falling, stay on that middle path that only exists for the Buddha. The stones that he's stepping on in the middle of the air are only there because he wills them to be so, and only there for him. There's a reason the Buddha is on the Dharmic wheel that only occupies the central axis. Because the wheel, when it's spinning, one side's going down while the other side's going up. It's still spinning. How is up any different than down? How is lefty-loosey and righty-tighty whenever you could be screwing it from the other side? Everything is duality, and nothing is separate. So thus, nothing is duality, but everything still is. Go back and watch my video called The 3 Hermetically Sealed Gates of Wisdom. It's chapter 6 from the Never-Ending Story. It's one of the reasons me and Kendall decided to name our business Never-Ending Farms, which is going smashing, by the way. I'm putting a lot of really positive energy into our mustard seeds, so they sprouted, but the arugula taking off like champs. And we got 4 ducks and 4 chickens, and I built them a coop yesterday out of a new dog kennel that I was told was very fancy. So, I made a little chicken coop. Kendall put the kids' pool in there this morning, and the little ducks are splashing around. It's awesome. Whenever you hit this breaking point, just let go. Just breathe out this nirvana state. No matter how fucked up your life may have been, you start living it in a state of work and bliss, punctuated by occasional human consciousness, obviously, bouts of extreme depression. But it's just these life pangs, mourning the death of a life that, hell, I guess didn't want me to live it anymore. Remember something. Destiny chooses where it wants you to go, and you can either fight to swim upriver, or you can just direct yourself downriver and avoid the boulders. So just flow, as my friend Poli would say. Flow. Once you flow, who knows where you go? Arizona is beautiful, though. This place has a good vibe to it. Pulling water out of the ground with the sun. Seeds out of the ground with the sun. Energy out of the photons of sun. And bathing in that light.